Hello, Eva again.
Hello, Veronica.
Namaste. And hello, everyone. If you just join us now, mm, I'm Veronica, and probably you know me by now. And this is Eva, and we spent some wonderful time in Nepal when I went to visit all the Gayatri Fund projects and the Society for Street Children of Nepal projects. And Eva is a director of all these amazing things that are happening there. And Eva started everything. So, and if you watch any of the other videos, she'll tell you how everything got started and what's all about her wonderful path helping people in Nepal. But this particular one, I'd like Eva to tell us a little bit about the school in Rathankot because and at Akasha Yoga Center, then we've been fundraising and everyone has been so amazing. And I'm very grateful that people have trusted me. And every time I go there and I say, listen, there's this school in Nepal and we are helping it to build it, they give me some money and then you come and give me money. So thank you so much for your trust. And this is a great opportunity to learn a little bit more about it from the person who is actually in charge of the project there. So Eva, how how did the project start in Rathankot? Why Rathankot? And what happened?
First of all, thanks a lot to Veronica and all your yogis and yoginis for helping so much with the school project and the other projects in Gayatri Fund I'm going to talk a little bit about. Well, how it all started. It started with the earthquakes last year, 2015, April, 25th of April. It was a huge earthquake in Nepal, and that really hit Sindupalchok, Gorkha, Dading. It sounds a bit exotic, and it is, but that's districts in Nepal. And then a bit later on, May 12, there come another very, very large earthquake. So Nepal was really hard hit in 2015 in spring. A lot of villages were completely destroyed. There was nothing left at all. And a lot of people, of course, wanted to help immediately because people were like buried under masses of what the remains of the houses, and the situation was really hard, and almost 10,000 persons died in the quakes in Nepal. And a lot of people were injured, obviously, also. And the school the schools in Nepal, they said that altogether about 6,000 schools were completely destroyed by the earthquake. And a lot of kids, they had no education for a couple of months at all, nothing at all. All schools were closed, everything. And the same with our kids down in Kathmandu, in orphanages. Their schools were also closed. So everyone lived in tent. If they were lucky to have a tent, a lot of people had to stay right under the open sky also. So we started then with like quake relief or after disaster, to give tents, to give tarps, to give food, fresh water, medicines, and everything we could. And then, just a couple of days after the first quake, Manoj Singh, the Bansuri flutist from Nepal, who is playing together with Deva Premal and Miten, Manoj called me and asked that, how are you doing? What are you doing now? Where are you? Are you in Sweden or are you in Nepal? I said, no, I'm in Sweden. I left Nepal 3 days before the quake.
Oh, wow.
But all our staff members are working hard, really hard to do something, because we have started to raise funds, especially after the quakes. And then he said a lot of people are also calling me and ask how they can help. And he was then sitting in California and didn't know exactly where to start, so to say. And then we decided that he, together with Deva Premal and Miten, they started the Gayatri Fund to fund that. And the organization then with the German bank account. We could start it over GoFundMe also to raise more funds. And after the immediate quake relief, we were then talking, that was summer 2015, we were talking about what to do. We had to do something reasonable with the money we have the funds we have raised, and that is more than that the exact what we could do immediately the first weeks after the quakes. And then we're talking about the most important thing is education, because if the young people, children, youth, if they are going to have a chance in the society to get a future, to get a work, to support themselves, to do something also for the society, it's education. And in Nepal, it's a huge lack of education. A lot of people are still illiterate in Nepal. So then we together decided that, okay, let's build a school. And I started then in the districts where I have a lot of people working together, and with the districts hardest hit in the quakes. And Sindupal Shop was one of the hardest, and then the village Rathankot, which we chose, was out of about 200 houses from start in the village. I think there were 1 or 2 houses still remained, and the rest was like just rabble, all of it, and really unbelievable. And a lot of people, they were staying like under the tarps we had bought, and the children had nowhere to go. So we started then with sending up very, very like big school tents, so they at least could have some shelter and that could start school again. And then we had to get rid of all the rubble from after the quake from the old school, and then we started to build the school there. And we were talking a lot about how to do this, what technique to use to make it environmentally friendly, quake safe. We have to deal with the authorities, which is not always very easy in a country like Nepal. And then we decided we wanted to have a long-term impact. So instead of taking a construction company from Kathmandu, just take them to Rathankot, build a school and out again, we decided to let the villagers build themselves. So we started with buying a special machinery for making earth bricks that is 90% soil and 10% cement. We also took training staff up there to give training to 20 villagers, 10 women, 10 men, on how to make the earth bricks. So then they started the production of these. Afterwards, 2 months after, the company came back again, and then they started to give training on how to build a quake-safe school. So when the school is finished, it will be finished like in February or something like that, February 2017. When it's finished, we will leave all the machinery, all the tools, everything. The villagers, they will make it like a cooperative little business, and then they can go on because they know how to do it now.
Yes.
How to safe. They know how to produce the earth bricks and everything. So they can go ahead and they can build houses for living for other people in the village. And the machinery, this machine where they're producing the bricks, it's possible to take it apart in 5 pieces and to carry it away so they can walk to other villages and help them, and then they can earn some money also.
Yeah, and that is great. It's talking about what we said before in another video about the impact, you know?
Yeah, and then what they earn, they should take a reasonable wage, of course, for the work, and then rest of the money that could be for the good for the village, for common use in the village.
That's great.
So that's what we're trying to do all the time, like short-term project and a long-term impact.
Yeah.
Because this impact is for for a lifetime for the people up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it sounds amazing and it looks amazing because I've been there. Yay!
yeah,
We had
yeah,
an amazing welcome with all the children, with so many flowers that they were up to here. You couldn't even see with so many
yeah,
flowers they gave you, and
yeah,
dancing and
yeah.
singing. So the people were so happy.
Mm. And
Yes.
you know what? Next time you come to Nepal, Veronica, then I will take you to Madrigal.
All right.
In Madrigal, we made an amazing project. Uh, Earlier, the children did not attend school at all in Madrigal. 47 kids in school did not attend school. And I wonder why. Why aren't the kids at school? No, sorry, they can't. They have to carry water. I said, what? Why do they have to carry water? Because it's very dry, and we try to grow some veggies up here on the plain. The village is up on the plain, 147 meters down. It's 650 meters to walk on the path, but the altitude difference is 147 meters.
Mm-hmm.
There's a river, the Trishuli River, the mightiest river in Nepal, with a lot of water, fresh water. But the kids had to walk down there. They carry in, like over the like carrying with like a rope,
Yes.
and then with an open basket, a duku, and in the basket were open jars with water. And it's very steep, so the kids very often fall, and the water is poured out, and back again, new water, and up. So the kids were walking there up, down, all the day.
And that was preventing them from going to school.
Exactly. There was no time left for it.
Mm-hmm.
So we bought a pump, a single-phase pump, because they have single-phase electricity in the village. And we could buy such a pump from India. We also bought a lot of pipes and taps. And then the villagers, they had to work and to do that work themselves with no pay. That was their contribution. Then, when it was finished with tanks, pump, taps, everything, the villagers could start with drinking water and also for some irrigation and the kids to school. And the price for this was about, I have to take it in euro, I'm not quite sure what it is in pound sterling.
Yeah, but we can
but
have
in
an
euro,
idea.
we paid about 3,000 euro, 3,100
Wow, so it's not really that much, but has a
huge... It's not really that
huge...
much for 47 kids going to school.
Wow,
It has
yeah.
a very long impact.
And it's, you know, so it's very important to say that people think, oh, it's very little what I can give, but very little sometimes you can do something with a huge impact, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for telling us
Thank you.
all about the projects in Nepal, and thank you for having said yes that day to that monk, that lama. Thank you for that yes from the heart, and thank you for the brain that is just making everything happen in a very beautiful way. And if anyone is interested in knowing a little bit more, they can ask me, or they can ask Eva, or they can, and if somebody wants to help somehow, if you are at Akasha, just get in contact with me. But also I'll add the website for the organization, so people can read a little bit more about the projects. And if anyone wants to get involved, there's plenty to do. Plenty to do, and we need everyone's help, really.
Thanks a billion, and thank you to all your yogis and yoginis.
Thank you. So glad to see where all this, money is going, and I really hope that we can help more and more and more as Akasha grows. Only 1 year old, so really hoping to help much more. Thank you, Eva. See you soon.
Thank you, Veronica.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Bye bye.